You can be smart. You can be successful. You can think you understand women. Electric light bulb. But if you make even one of these mistakes, you lose respect, value and power. Police cars. Revolving light. The Stoics knew a man must keep his character or he loses himself. Fire. Today you'll learn 9 things you should never do to a woman. Fire. And if you've ever done these things even once, it's time to change the game. Stop sign. Mistake 1, letting her violate your boundaries. Electric light bulb. If you don't respect yourself, she won't respect you either. How does this manifest itself? White heavy checkmark. She pressures you to do things you don't want to do. White heavy checkmark. She's testing how far she can go, ignoring what you say. Testing your patience. White heavy checkmark. She makes you make excuses even when you're right. Police cars. Revolving light. Why is this dangerous? Pushpin. Women respect those who know how to say no. Pushpin. If you bow out, you lose leadership in the relationship. Pushpin. The Stoics knew a man without boundaries is a man without power. Fire. What to do? White heavy checkmark. Always set clear boundaries that no one should go beyond. White heavy checkmark. If a woman doesn't respect your boundaries, then she doesn't respect you. White heavy checkmark. Remember, the more you allow, the less valuable you are. White right pointing backhand index. The Stoics taught, if you don't control your boundaries, you don't control your life. Cross mark. Mistake 2, trying to earn love. Electric light bulb. You think that if you do more, she'll love you more. This is a lie. How does it manifest itself? White heavy checkmark. You try to please, even when it humiliates you. White heavy checkmark. You buy her attention with gifts, time, favors. White heavy checkmark. You're afraid that if you stop trying, she'll leave. Police cars. Revolving light. Why is this a problem? Pushpin. True love isn't deserved, it's either there or it's not. Pushpin. A woman senses when you put her above you and starts manipulating you. Pushpin. You turn into a man with no self-respect who will do anything for her approval. Fire. What to do? White heavy checkmark. Never try to buy love, be valuable in your own right. White heavy checkmark. If you feel like a relationship only works as long as you're invested, it's not love. White heavy checkmark. Remember, you should be valued for who you are, not how much you give. White right pointing backhand index. The Stoics taught, if you chase love, it will flow from you. Pouting face. Mistake 3, react to her provocations. Electric light bulb. Women are always testing men. It's their nature. How does it manifest itself? White heavy checkmark. She intentionally does things that annoy you. White heavy checkmark. She triggers jealousy to see your reaction. White heavy checkmark. She argues and prolongs conflicts to test your patience. Police cars. Revolving light. Why it matters. Pushpin. If you lose your temper, you lose. Pushpin. Women respect those who stay cool when provoked. Pushpin. If you fall for her emotional games, you've already lost in them. Fire. What to do? White heavy checkmark. Control your reaction, be unshakable like a rock. White heavy checkmark. If you stay calm, she'll sense your superiority. White right pointing backhand index. The Stoics taught, a man's strength lies in his emotional control. Crown. Mistake 4, making her the center of your life. Electric light bulb. If you put a woman above your mission, you've already lost. How does this manifest itself? White heavy checkmark. You set your goals in stone because love is the most important thing. White heavy checkmark. You put her desires above your own. White heavy checkmark. You lose your individuality because you want to be the perfect partner. Police cars. Revolving light. Why is this destructive? Pushpin. A woman will never put you above herself, why should you put her above you? Pushpin. A man without his own purpose becomes her shadow. Pushpin. Women respect leaders, not those who live for them. Fire. What to do? White heavy checkmark. Make your life the center, not the woman's, she'll appreciate it. White heavy checkmark. The woman should be part of your world, not the point of it. White heavy checkmark. If you lose your purpose, you lose her respect too. White right pointing backhand index. The Stoics taught, your primary purpose is not a woman. Your main goal is yourself. Link symbol. Mistake 5, forgiving betrayal. Electric light bulb. Once betrayed, she will betray you again. How does this manifest itself? White heavy checkmark. She betrayed your trust, but you gave her a second chance. White heavy checkmark. She hurt you, but you decided to understand and forgive. White heavy checkmark. You're afraid of losing her. So you're willing to turn a blind eye to her actions. Police car's revolving light. Why is this a disaster? Pushpin, a woman who knows you forgive everything will lose respect for you. Pushpin, if a man has betrayed you once, he will betray you again as soon as the opportunity arises. Pushpin, a real man doesn't let disrespect come into his life. Fire, what to do? White heavy checkmark, if a person has betrayed you, they are no longer yours. White heavy checkmark, never justify betrayal, it's not a weakness, it's a choice. White heavy checkmark, remember, a woman respects a man who knows how to walk away, not one who stays despite everything. White right pointing backhand index, the Stoics taught, respect yourself so much that you don't stay where you are not respected. You already know 5 things that destroy your credibility in the eyes of a woman. White heavy checkmark, letting her violate your boundaries. White heavy checkmark, trying to earn her love. White heavy checkmark, responding to her provocations. White heavy checkmark, making her the center of your life. White heavy checkmark, forgive betrayal. Electric light bulb, but there are 4 more things that kill your value. White right pointing backhand index, why do women lose interest even if you do everything right? White right pointing backhand index, how to stay strong and not break under your emotions. White right pointing backhand index, what does Stoicism say about masculinity in relationships? Fire, now you're about to learn the last mistakes you should never make. Disappointed face, mistake 6, letting her control you through guilt. Electric light bulb, if a woman controls you through guilt, you've already lost. How does this manifest itself? White heavy checkmark, she says, if you loved me, you would do this. White heavy checkmark, she constantly reminds you of your past mistakes to manipulate you. White heavy checkmark, she makes you feel bad even when you're right. Police car's revolving light, why it's dangerous. Pushpin, a guilty person is weak, and weakness is not attractive. Pushpin, if you allow yourself to be ruled, you are no longer a leader. Pushpin, a woman respects someone who remains firm even when under pressure. Fire, what to do? White heavy checkmark, if you are right, stand your ground. White heavy checkmark, never make excuses for something you are not guilty of. White heavy checkmark, remember, if you're being manipulated through guilt, it's no longer a relationship, it's manipulation. White right pointing backhand index, the Stoics taught, it's not your fault if someone wants to control you. Fire, mistake 7, afraid of losing her. Electric light bulb, a woman senses when you're afraid of losing her, and that makes you weak. How does this manifest itself? White heavy checkmark, you tolerate disrespect because you're afraid she'll leave. White heavy checkmark, you agree to things you don't like just to keep the relationship going. White heavy checkmark, you worry about her finding someone better. Police car's revolving light, why is this a problem? Pushpin, a woman needs to see that you're not dependent on her, then she'll value you. Pushpin, if you feel us, she stops seeing you as a man and starts seeing you as a convenient partner. Pushpin, the Stoics knew, if you're afraid of losing something, then it already owns you. Fire, what to do? White heavy checkmark, accept that no one owns you, and that makes you free. White heavy checkmark, if a woman leaves, that means she's not yours. White heavy checkmark, remember, you shouldn't be afraid of losing her. She should be afraid of losing you. White right pointing backhand index, the Stoics taught, he who fears to lose has already lost. Speech balloon, mistake 8, sharing your problems with everyone. Electric light bulb, a woman should feel strength in you, not your fears and doubts. How does this manifest itself? White heavy checkmark, you complain to her about your problems instead of solving them. White heavy checkmark, you seek her approval when you're not sure of yourself. White heavy checkmark, you share your every worry with her, making you a best friend instead of a man. Police car's revolving light, why is it destructive? Pushpin, a woman wants to see you as a pillar, not a walking bag of problems. Pushpin, if you're not confident in yourself, she can't be confident in you. Pushpin, the Stoics knew, a man should be a rock, not a storm of emotions. Fire, what to do? White heavy checkmark, solve your problems yourself, it makes you stronger. White heavy checkmark, if you have doubts, look for answers within yourself, not from a woman. White heavy checkmark, remember, she should see you as stability, not chaos. White right pointing backhand index, Stoics taught, the stronger you are, the more you are respected. Stop sign, mistake 9, letting her make you weak. Electric light bulb. The worst mistake is losing yourself for the sake of a relationship. How does this manifest itself? White heavy checkmark. You give up your purpose to accommodate her desires. White heavy checkmark. You let her destroy your confidence by listening to her criticism and doubts. White heavy checkmark. You forget who you are because all your attention is on her. Police cars. Revolving light. Why is this deadly dangerous? Pushpin. If a woman sees that she can make you weak, she no longer respects you. Pushpin. A man who loses himself loses everything: love, respect, strength. Pushpin. If you compromise yourself for the sake of a relationship, you are no longer who you should be. Fire. What to do? White heavy checkmark. Always remember who you are and what you want. No one has to change that. White heavy checkmark. Don't let a woman control your outlook on life. White heavy checkmark. Remember, it's better to be alone than to lose yourself. White right pointing backhand index. The Stoics taught, he who does not lose himself does not lose anything. You become unbreakable. Electric light bulb. A man who doesn't make these mistakes becomes unbreakable. White right pointing backhand index. He doesn't let a woman violate his boundaries. White right pointing backhand index. He doesn't try to earn love, he chooses who is worthy of his love. White right pointing backhand index. He doesn't respond to provocation, he stays cool and confident. White right pointing backhand index. He doesn't make the woman the center of his life, he has his own mission. White right pointing backhand index. He doesn't forgive betrayal, he walks away if is not respected. White right pointing backhand index. He doesn't let himself be manipulated through guilt. White right pointing backhand index is not afraid of loss, he knows he'll always find a better one. White right pointing backhand index. He doesn't complain, he solves problems. White right pointing backhand index. He doesn't let a woman make him weak, he stays true to himself. Fire. Now you know what separates a man who is respected from one who is used. Fire. Now you have a choice to be strong or become a shadow. White right pointing backhand index. Vidi. You are no longer the man you were before. You are the strongest. Rocket.